Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Frances and this is I think it's my 11th vlog which I've uploaded, which you're watching now. If you're new, I've just started a online art business which I kind of officially started last year in kind of October time. I decided to sort of really give my sort of art business like a real push last year because it's kind of been a bit on and off, and sort of over Christmas and beginning of this year I've just been working fairly full-time on it. I'm really new. Last year I set up my Shopify shop. I got in a few like small quantities of different products. And at the moment I've just been documenting a launch that I've got coming soon. So I was just having a look what I've got so far and the kind of like time frame. I don't actually have a date set of when I'm actually going to like do this launch, but I think it's going to be maybe like a month, over the next month. So I'm thinking like maybe early June, which would be good because my birthday's at the start of June and I wanted to do like a sale, like a birthday sale. So I was thinking about I could do like a sale of like the products that I've got at the moment on the shop, and I could do this like launch, like this little mini launch at the same time as well. So that's kind of like my goal at the moment. So this type of art that I do is fantasy style with a very sort of nature heavy inspiration. So I draw foxes, wolves, unicorns, with a lot of like nature, mushrooms, moths, leaves, flowers, that kind of thing sort of incorporated into it. And the medium that I use is pastel, so I use pastel pencils for all of my artwork. I've just been sort of documenting what I've been getting up to so far, not too much because it is a start off business. It's not, I'm not getting like loads of orders or anything. I'm new basically. So if you want to sort of like, if you're interested and want to sort of follow me along, that would be amazing. Hopefully as sort of things progress, it'll be more interesting. I am kind of worried at the moment that I don't have like too much to show you guys. So I'm just kind of filming what I can, which is usually just a lot of like just me making art really. But hopefully when I start getting my products in, things will kind of pick up. So my studio vlogs I'm doing are fortnightly, so I'm hoping, I don't really want to do any more than that, and I don't think I really want to do any less than that. I just wanted to do something that kind of kept me busy but also kept sort of like a regular posting as well. I know like with things like marketing and social media, posting regularly does help, and that's something that I am kind of always trying to improve with my business. It's difficult because like when you're running like your own business and it's just you're having to do everything, you're having to do all those job roles, and there are some things that I find like good at, like art, making art, and then there's something that I'm really bad at, which is like marketing and like selling myself. I think just because it's not something that comes naturally to me. I'm not like a very sharey, chatty type of person, and I know I didn't grow up with social media because I'm a slightly older generation, so it wasn't until I got to like uni when like Facebook was a thing, like, and I wasn't really that into it, to be honest. I just really struggled with the whole social media thing, but I am getting better at it. I am posting more regularly on Instagram, and I'm trying to sort of post regularly as well, like shorts, like YouTube shorts in between me posting the studio vlogs. But yeah, so it's all a learning curve. I'm learning how to do a lot of stuff and just sort of like getting used to doing new and different things basically. So over the last couple of weeks I haven't been doing too much art stuff. I always say that in my vlogs, like, I haven't really been doing much. I have been doing stuff, I have been busy, but I think just because my artwork is so slow. So something I realised with this launch that I've got planned is that I am quite a slow sort of person. It takes a long time for me to do stuff, like anything, it takes a long time for me to do stuff. I think because I'm not a very spontaneous type of person, I like to think about things, I like to go over everything before I make a decision, and I think that's just what it is. I need to, in my head, I need to know, like, all the, like, dot all the I's, cross all the T's, everything is all in place before I sort of press the button on go, sort of thing. So because of that, it, like, I go at glacier pace most of the time. I think in the future, what I'll do is I'll make products and release them as I make them, if that makes sense. So when I do an illustration, I'll make something out from those illustration, that one illustration or two illustrations or something, and then release those products rather than sort of like doing like a collection. I think just because it will just take me a long time. I mean, things will change, things always change in the future, but from what I'm just sort of learning about myself at the moment, I think that will work out best, because I want to have like a nice consistent collection, like a nice consistent release of products. I don't want to have like long kind of dry periods of like no new stuff, because that helps sales. If you're kind of regularly putting out new stuff, that does help. So I'm learning stuff a lot about myself as well and how I work, because I'm not in a job where I'm being told what to do sort of thing. I'm learning about how my energy levels work, how I work, like even like during different times of the day I work differently. I tend to be very slow in the morning, but then in the evenings I can sort of have these little moments, and I'm definitely like an all or nothing type of person. So I'll have days where I'm just like I really struggle to take breaks and things, but then like the next day I'm really tired from the day I've just worked previously. So finding that kind of balance of just working steady, I find it really hard. It is very, just have these manic moments sometimes, but you know, it's just how it is really. But it's Saturday today. I don't know what day it is. It's coming to the end of April, and this is the weekend that I'm editing this vlog, and I realised I didn't do an intro. So hello, I'm doing an intro now, and I need to do an outro as well. But yeah, so in this vlog you'll see me do my latest illustration, which is a Bookish Owl that I'm calling him, and he's really cute, and I'm going to have him feature on a few of my products. I've got some apparel mock-ups that I've done which look really, really good. I was working on them the last couple of days, and you know when you get like a little fluttering in your heart, and you're like, oh, this is like so nice, and I was just looking at them and they just look really, really, really good. And I'm gonna get some samples made because I want to have a look at them to make sure that they're good. That's the other thing, as I need to get samples sent to me. But so nothing is listed, nothing new stuff is listed at all yet on my shop. I'm currently working on a newsletter that I'm going to send out to people. So if you visit my shop, a little pop-up will come up and it will say, you know, if you want to sign up to my newsletter. I haven't actually sent out anything yet because I haven't really had anything to share, but I'm going to send out this newsletter that's going to showcase potential things that I've got coming to the shop. So that'll be t-shirts, that'll be notepads, stickers, magnetic bookmarks that I'm doing. Might do some like wooden pins or keychains or something. That's the other thing that I need to do, is make a list of like things that I want to get made, how much they're going to get how much they're going to cost, where am I going to get them from, all that kind of stuff. So I got a busy month, and I also go back to work as well next week, I think. So what else? Yeah, it's exciting, a bit scary. I keep thinking like, oh, I need a break, but I'm just like, no, I don't. So without further ado, let's get into this vlog, and I'll see you in a little bit. The whole process of my Bookish Owl illustration, I just sort of put in time lapse. I actually managed to upload a time lapse of me working on it on my iPad. So I did originally film my process of how I clean up my illustrations on the iPad, but for whatever reason the camera didn't record. I think I just probably forgot to press record on it, so I thought I'd just explain in voiceover. But I scan my illustrations and then I put them up onto my iPad, which I use Procreate to just clean up the image. So in the time-lapse clip, I just remove all the background, and then what I do is I'll go around and I'll blend in the outline of the illustration and then just go over it. I use a charcoal, I think it's called the Vine charcoal brush on Procreate. That's the one I find that looks the most similar to pastel. So I just sort of colour match and just sort of blend in the edges, just so you get rid of that harsh edge where I've just went around with the eraser. And then I'll just sort of go over and clean up just some of the image. So I'll just sort of clean up maybe like the eyes, the fur or the feathers. I don't tend to go too ham and eggs with it, just because I don't want to overdo it. I don't want it to sort of end up looking like a digital picture. I did straighten up the candle. I noticed that it was a little bit on the wonk when I did it, so I just corrected that a little bit, and I included a light hue, a light blaze, I don't know what you want to call it, and I added more light, like a warm glow that's reflecting onto the owl's feathers. So he's all completed now, and I have sort of been putting him up onto some t-shirt mock-ups just to see how he'll look, and he's looking really nice. So I think I might also want to include him in maybe some notepads as well, also a sticker I think, and also I think maybe a magnetic bookmark. I don't know, I'm just going to play around and just see where he'll suit best, and yeah, so that's it. These are the mock-ups that I was working on a couple of days ago. So the company that I've linked my shop with is Printify. I've tried using a couple of other print-on-demand services. I like Printify just because they've got like a really easy to use website and it's really easy to navigate, and that for me usually sways if I've sort of got a couple of companies or manufacturers or something to use. I like a nice easy to use website, and I also like their mock-up designs as well. So this is my owl, my Bookish Owl that you saw me working on, and I've uploaded him up onto some t-shirts. So this t-shirt is a heavyweight unisex t-shirt, and it's 100% cotton, and I really like, so you get like a good sort of feel of how it would look on the t-shirts. I've got a selection of colours, and the colours have gone for suit the actual image. So this is the logo that I'm going to have in the inside of the t-shirt. And this is my fox. But I want to get samples first. I want to see what the print quality is like. I want to see what the colour is as well. This image here was such a pain in the bum to sort of upload on my iPad. I'm still struggling with it. So when I scan it, I put it onto iCloud, and then I can sort of it's on iCloud on the computer that I can then link, that I can get access to on my iPad. But it wasn't downloading it for some reason from the computer onto my iPad, and I wasn't able to adjust the colours at all on it. I don't know whether it's because maybe it was like a big file. I don't know. So I'm hoping, this is the only one that I'm a bit not sure about the colour, like the colour match on it. So this is definitely one I want to get as a sample. But yeah, I like the sort of like, you know, you can sort of see it actually on somebody. So and there's like my label. I think I'm going to go for like a white, like with the white background, just so you can see it on the dark colours. It's folded, and there's my owl on the maroon one. So yeah, green one. So I think I've gone with kind of earthy colours. So I've got like the green, maroon, navy. I think I've got black. Oh, this is my toad, my fairy toad. He's on like a green. I think that's a different type of green. On my hair, I thought about maybe my hair again. He's one that I definitely want to get a sample of, just to make sure that he doesn't come out too blurry, because I'm trying to get all of my images at 300 up onto the t-shirts. So that'll be one that I want to have a look at. I don't know whether to add like a bit of shading under his feet, actually, like I did with the Bookish Owl. Like there. I did actually add shade. I don't normally add shade, but I did this digitally, the shading on the owl. Yeah. Oh, I mean moth. I might add me moth there as well. Big owl moth. So, yeah. I hope you can't see how dirty my screen is. It's all covered in fingerprints. 2 people happy wearing my t-shirt. Oops. So yeah. So those are my mock-ups. I'm going to show some of them up onto the newsletter that I'm working on at the moment. Hello. So it's the same day. It's a bit later on in the day. I don't know what time it is. I don't know what time it is. I don't know what day it is. It's 3:30. So I think I'm gonna probably want to get this vlog edited. It takes a long time to actually get it uploaded onto YouTube. So I usually like to spend the Sunday doing that, just because the internet is very, very, very slow. So it's been a bit of a quiet one for this vlog. Not too much, just the one illustration, but there's a lot of sort of behind the scenes stuff that I'm doing that is just very boring and just not very watchable. But hopefully, yeah, over the next sort of like few weeks, things hopefully should start to pick up. Like I said before, I'm starting my job in like say a couple of weeks, I think. Also as well, my finances has been non-existent, so that's the other reason why I haven't had any sort of like new products made or anything. It's just because I haven't had the money to do it. So yeah, over the next month, I'm going to slowly get stuff made, and then I think it would be nice to have that kind of June launch. But yeah, we'll see. I don't like making like setting stuff in stone, because I just don't know like what's going to happen or anything, whether things change, whether there are setbacks or anything. Money issue is a big thing for me actually, so obviously I can't go forward if I don't have the money. So but anyway, I'll document as much as I can and let you guys know. If you wanted to sign up to my newsletter, please you visit my website and you can sign up there, and I can show you like what I've got planned on coming. If you wanted to subscribe and follow along with me, that would be amazing, and I'd like to say thank you very much. If you're a subscriber and you've stuck around, thank you so much. Hopefully, like we'll go on this journey together. If you're like a fellow arty person, or you're not, or you just like my stuff, we'll just do things together. And if you're new, hello, I hope to see you again. But that's it for now, and I'll see you again in another couple of weeks. So bye guys.